Alright, before you start doing the screen capture, you need to have done a couple things. You need to have downloaded Jing, and here's the website, jingproject.com. It goes for Windows or the Mac. It is free, so go ahead and download that to your computer. The other thing that you need to gotten already is the PowerPoint. And so before you do your screen capture, you want to put it in the discussion. You want to get feedback from other learners. You want to look at least 5, 6, maybe up to 10 other PowerPoints and the feedback that they got, because you want to make yours perfect. And so just go through it, make sure there's no spelling mistakes before you start recording. The thing that you might see, spelling mistake, you notice how I clicked on here. When you're doing the recording, I don't want to see any of this red underline during the recording. When you hand it into the discussion, we're going to get that, but when you're doing the PowerPoint screen capture, you don't want to have any of the underlined spelling. So you need to right-click and ignore all or add to it. Okay, so make sure none of that is there. And how you're going to go from slide to slide through the screen capture is using the double triangles here, go from slide to slide, or on the left side is going from slide to slide. You can, when you're doing the screen capture, you can actually move items on your slide, and that's not going to be a problem. But every time your mouse goes across your slide, it's going to catch that. Okay, I'm just going to change it to 100% right now. And so the area we're going to capture is only the slide itself, this big white area right here. We don't want to capture anything outside of that. So now I've installed Jing on my computer, I actually got it started. And on the Mac, you'll see it's actually up here on the top right hand corner. If you're using a PC, once you start Jing, the little sunshine will show up right up here in the middle. So what you want to do is you've got 3 little rays, and the one that you're concerned about here is this one, which is the capture one. So you're going to click on that. You're going to bring it up to the top left-hand corner, mouse down, and then drag it to the bottom right. And then you want it to have it about 800 by 600, and you notice mine is 721 by 540. So I don't want that. I'm going to let go. I'm going to click cancel. And I practice, hopefully this, I think it's 111, so I'm going to change that to 111%. And try that again. And in the top left, and bring it down to the bottom right. And I think, and I mean, if you're plus or minus a couple, that's going to be fine. And there we are. So now I'm going to let go. Then you got choices, image, that's not what we want. We're making a video. And then I guess before you start doing all of this, the other thing you need to make sure is your microphone is working. So what you can do is capture a video, record it for about 5-6 seconds and make sure it's actually working. And then once you start recording, there's no editing afterwards. So if there's a major mistake, a big mistake, then you're going to have to start the whole process all over again. And as I can see right now, I am on the wrong slide. So, and I can't get out of here. So this is what, the 5th slide. So I'm going to cancel this and get back to my first slide. So now I'm on my first slide, and let's do that all over again. Or if the phone rings or somebody comes into the room, you don't want all this background noise. So that's good enough. 800 by 601, perfect. So now I'm ready to go. Screen capture the So you got 3 seconds here. So now we are recording. So this is question 7 from unit 2.2, blah blah, at 1 p.m. a card. So we're doing that, you're recording, you read out your question, then you go to the next slide by clicking down here in the bottom right, the double triangles. And here's our picture. So and anything I move on here, it's actually going to move during the presentation. So you might want to set it up like that. If I want to go to the next slide, I go like this, next slide like that. Or you can click, you notice how I just drag the mouse across here, it's going to see that, so be careful with that. If you want the mouse in there and you want to point to something like, here's the school, here's the clock, here's a car at 3:30, that's fine to do. All right, and then or you can click from slide to slide by using this over here on the left side. Okay. So once you're finished your recording, then you want to finish recording. If you notice that you're going to cough or sneeze, you might want to pause it and then start. So I'm going to pause it, sneeze, chew, and then start recording again. And you'll notice that the little, I guess, film strip on the left and on the right side are moving upwards, and that shows you that you are recording in Jing. So once you're finished and you've gone through all your slides, you've explained it well, and I've given a link in the class to a YouTube website that shows 4 or 5 of them already created. Some I think are some good ones. If it's a total mess up, you need to start all over, then click on cancel, but we'll assume everything is fine, so finish recording. And what you want to do is save it as, you can test it out before you save it if you want, so I'm going to just push play. So now we are recording. So this is question 7. So you notice here I am moving the clock. And anything I move on here, it's actually going to move during the... I can pause it, and I think I just can't remember at what time we're right there, so I think right here. Made a little mistake, but not too bad. Where I drag the mouse, you'll notice it's coming from right here across. Be careful with that. If you want the mouse in there and you want to point to something like, here's the school, here's the clock, here's a car at 3:30, that's fine to do. All right? And so if you're happy, then what you want to do is save it. So save it as a question number. So Unit 2.2, question 7. Hit save, and you want to save it if you've got a Physics 11 folder, great. I'm just going to save it on the desktop. So actually pretty quick, it's saved, so I'm just going to minimize this, and here it is on my desktop. So open with the Flash player. It's going to take a second. So here it is right here, and you're gonna. So now we're actually ready. We are. And so I'm not going to play it right now, and you can see the time. The maximum length on Jing is 5 minutes. So be wary of that. Your thing should probably be like between 2 and 3 minutes. If it's going to be longer than 5 minutes, you're going to have to break up the question into parts and do it on different videos. And this is the file that you need to upload to the Dropbox, and also upload your final copy of your PowerPoint. And if you have any questions on this,